Today we're going to look at graphing linear equations, and we're not going to do every single example on here. We're going to kind of skip around, but I want to make sure we all know how to graph using slope and y-intercept, how to graph in slope-intercept form, how to graph from standard form, and horizontal and vertical lines. And once we get through all that, we're done and you'll have some work time. So we're going to start with, if I give you M, your slope, and B, your y-intercept, can you draw the line? So draw the line with the given slope and y-intercept. On your assignment, they are going to use y-int for B. That's the abbreviation that your worksheet uses. So y-intercept, that is your B value. So if our B value is -1, we are going to start at -1 on the y-axis. Technically, you should draw in your axes, but if you don't, we're all going to assume that the center point is the origin unless otherwise specified. Does that work for everyone? Okay. So our B is -1. We start at -1 on the y-axis. A slope of 4. What do we do with a slope of 4? Put it over 1. And remember, slope means rise over run. Because the slope formula subtracts the y's on top and the x's on the bottom, we have to go up or down first and then side to side. So a slope of 4 over 1 means up 4 and right 1. So up 4, right 1, put a dot. Up 4, right 1. Your graph is going to be more accurate if you have at least 3 points. 2 points is a minimum, 3 points makes it more accurate. Lay your straight edge along those dots and draw in a straight line. Try to make sure that your line extends across most of the graph. Don't give me little itty-bitty baby lines. Make that line extend. And this is one thing that I'm picky about. This line does not end after our last point. It continues. So make sure you put arrowheads on the ends of your lines. Okay? Try the next one on your own. Your slope is -2/7. Your y-intercept is 5. Your y-intercept is 5, so we start at 5 on the y-axis. Your slope is -2/7. It is negative. I want you to make sure that you only use the negative once. So, if we go down 2, by going down, we have used the negative. So then we are going to go right 7. So down 2, right 7. There's not enough space to do that again, so we need to reverse our slope. The other option is up 2. If we go up 2, we haven't used the negative, so then we use the negative to go left 7. So up 2, left 7. Whoa. Pretend that that's like a super straight, awesome line. It's not, but pretend. Okay? Down to the bottom of the page, let's actually graph using slope-intercept form. Remember, y equals mx plus b. B is your y-intercept, and m is your slope. So let's try number 3. Our y-intercept is what number? -2. So we start at -2. And in your assignment, they're going to ask you, what is the slope, what is the y-intercept? Yes, the y-intercept is -2. It's actually the point 0, -2. 0 side to side, -2, that's your y-intercept. Yeah. No, we'll talk about that. Okay, so our slope is 3/4. That means from this point we go up 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4. Up 3 over 4. And then draw in a super beautiful, awesome, straight line. Hey, I did decently on that one. Try number 4 on your own. Y-intercept of 4, slope of -1 over 1. Extend your line over the whole graph with arrowheads. This next page wants you to practice finding the slope and y-intercept based on a couple different types of equation. So remember, you want this to look like y equals mx plus b. If it doesn't, we might have to rewrite the equation. So take a look at number 5. What is the slope in number 5? The slope is 1. What is the y-intercept? 0. And that would be written as the point 0, 0. Number 6, it's not written in slope-intercept form, so we need to rewrite the equation. We would subtract 2x on both sides. And because we're trying to make our equation look like y equals mx plus b, I'm going to write the x, the negative 2x, first before the 12. Then we divide by 3 to get y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. What is our slope? Negative 2/3. And our y-intercept is the point 0, positive 4. I'm writing it like this because that's how your assignment is going to ask you to write it. So a y-intercept of 4 is the point 0, 4. Okay, try number 7 on your own. When you subtract 2x on both sides, you end up being left with negative 5y equals negative 2x minus 15. Make sure you're dividing every single thing by negative 5, and that should give you y equals 2/5 x plus 3. So your slope is 2/5 and your y-intercept is the point 0, 3. Number 8. What do you think about number 8? What's the slope? The slope is not 7. The slope is 0. How do you know the slope is 0? There's no x, which means you could write this as y equals 0x plus 7. Or how many of you have learned in the past Hoy and Vux? I've never heard of this before. Be careful when saying Vux. Make sure that it definitely has a V sound. Yes, I went there. It's okay. So your slope is 0 and your y-intercept is 7, which is the point 0, 7. Okay, graphing in standard form. First, we're just going to graph using the intercepts, and we're not going to do both of these. Let's just do number 9. Your x-intercept is 4, your y-intercept is negative 2. The x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis. So put a point at 4 on the x-axis. That would be the point 4, 0. Your y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. 0, negative 2. And your line connects those points. Only make yours more accurate. That one's really not accurate at all. On the next page, we need to graph the equation written in standard form. To graph in standard form, we have to figure out what the x-intercept is and figure out what the y-intercept is. To find the intercepts, you plug 0 into the other letter. So to get the x-intercept, you plug 0 into y. To find the y-intercept, you plug 0 into x. Doesn't matter which order you find these, so I'm just going to start with x equals 0. Let's plug 0 in and see what happens. So 2 times 0 minus y equals 6. What is 2 times 0? 0. So we're left with negative y equals 6. Divide both sides by negative 1 to get y equals negative 6. So we plugged in an x value of 0 and we got a y value of -6. That is our y-intercept. So on the y-axis, find -6 and put a point. To find the x-intercept, you plug 0 into the other letters. So this time we're going to use y equals 0. 2x minus 0 equals 6. That would be 2x equals 6. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 3. So we have an x value of 3 when we have a y value of 0. Our x-intercept is 3. Plot 3 on the x-axis. And now connect those 2 points with a nice, accurate, straight line. Definitely more accurate and more straight than mine. Okay, give that a try on number 12 on your own. When you plug x equals 0 in, you should get y equals 3. So the point 0, 3. X is 0, y is 3. That point you plot, that is your x or your y-intercept, 0, 3. Plug 0 into your y. That gives you -9/2. This is one time when changing a fraction to a decimal is definitely in your favor because it's much easier to plot -4.5 than it is to plot -9/2. And once you have those 2 dots, draw the line in that connects them. In case you have not learned it before, for horizontal and vertical lines, I just learned this today. Really, I just learned this today. So hoi means horizontal line. The O is 0 slope, and the y means that your equation for a horizontal line is y equals a number, no x. Vux. V is vertical, U means undefined slope, and the equation is x equals a number with no y. So let's take a look at number 14. X plus 5 equals 6. Do you notice there's no y in that equation? There's no y to get by itself, so we might as well get the x by itself. So subtract 5 on both sides, and we get x equals 1. The graph of x equals 1 is a vertical line with an x value of 1. Every single point on this line has an x value of 1. Here's some points on the line. 1, 5. 1, 2. 1, 0. 1, -5. All of those points have an x value of 1. Right underneath that, number 16 has the equation y equals 2. Y equals with no x is a horizontal line with a y value of 2. Every point on this line has a y value of 2. Number 13 is another for you to practice graphing in slope-intercept form, and number 15 is another for practicing standard form. How do you feel? Do we need to do those, or do you want time to work on your assignment? Assignment? Okay.